What's happening, you guys? VeganTaz here, and today's video is actually going to be a food review. I know I haven't done food reviews in a while, but I figured recently I've been trying a lot of different vegan products, and it's definitely something I want to start getting into the routine of recording again. So today's product is actually Huel's mac and cheese, and I have to say it's a fantastic product for what it is. Now, many people are actually against meal replacements, meal replacement shakes, and Huel basically have a hot and savory line, which is basically their products of, it's almost powdered meals. Now, immediately people are thinking of things like, meal replacement shakes and stuff like that. This really isn't the case. With Huel mac and cheese here, what you're actually getting inside this pack here is you're getting macaroni, actually raw uncooked macaroni mixed with powder that makes, a creamy sort of sauce. In fact, if I was to, open up and show you what it looks like from the inside. See if you can get in there. You can see there's macaroni bits in there with powder. And don't let it put you off because, it's powder. This meal is, nutritionally balanced. It's got a good macronutrient profile, which I'll put on screen. And in general, I actually highly rate the fact that Huel are doing something like this. It's very different. I've never seen this before. Maybe there are other product ranges that do this, but I highly commend them. It's a meal that you can make that's 400 calories, sizable portion, for anyone of any, calorie deficit or surplus. 400 calories is a decent sized meal, even if someone was on a, fairly low caloric range or a fairly high caloric range. Is something that's sizable and consumable, and it does fill you up. So we might as well just get into, some of the information about it, how you cook it. There's different ways to cook it, really. And usually, typically, you just put 2 scoops in a pot, and you can either add boiling water and mix it, or you can go the microwave route, where you throw in cold water, microwave 2 minutes, maybe add a little bit more water, microwave another minute, stirring in between, and then eat it like that. And I'm gonna just show you right now exactly what it looks like, because I've just microwaved it myself. Have a look at that. It's like creamy mac and cheese, and it's vegan, of course, so immediately gets my endorsement that there's no milk powder in there. The fact that they can make this creamy consistency without any milk powder, I have to say, is very impressive, and I commend them for it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is flavor and how people perceive flavor very differently. Many of you know I'm Indian. I come from an Indian, British Indian background, so I typically like quite a lot of spice and in my foods. And this itself it has no spice whatsoever. So if you're like me and you want to incorporate some spice, obviously you can just add chili flakes in there, season it how you want to, or you can just add sriracha sauce and just give it a bit of spice. But I have to say, even without any seasoning, any spices added to it, it still tastes phenomenal. And I'm gonna give it just a live taste test, just so I can explain it. I'm just gonna say I've already consumed this, so this isn't my first time eating it. Same with all the Huel products. If you're interested in me reviewing any other Huel products, please just throw it in the comments. But I'm just gonna give it a live taste test. And I have to say, at the moment I'm just kind of pricking it with a fork, and I can see it's got tomato-y, bits in there, sort of like sun-dried tomatoes. You've got a very creamy consistency. If you're against sort of that creamy consistency, you might not like it, but if you love mac and cheese, I have to say you'll love this. And let me just get in there and take a bite and let you guys know exactly how it tastes. Now, the thing about the consistency, it's not stringy like mac and cheese traditionally is. So, there's no stringiness to the cheese. Like when I lift this up, you can't see any stringified cheese effect that you typically get from mac and cheese. I don't think that would be really a deal breaker for many people, because you're understanding this isn't real cheese. This isn't there's no milk powder in here or anything like that to try and replicate that texture. So what you're having is, think of it like a sort of creamy consistency, and in terms of the flavor, it gives you that sort of nutty creamy taste you get with mac and cheese. It replicates the flavor very well for what it is. And honestly, I have to say I'm very impressed by how well it's come out. Look at that whole, pot I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot of food for 400 calories. I'll feel quite filled up. I might have something after, like a little snack. But for the most part, this actually supplements an entire meal very effectively. In terms of taste test, I'd honestly give this here like an 8 out of 10. Like I said, personal preference. You want to flavor it a bit, spice it a bit up. You have that option too, because you can just add it in straight after you've microwaved or boiled it and mixed it. So I honestly give this the VeganTaz, seal of approval, and I can't wait to review more Huel products if you guys are interested in that. I've got more different flavors, packets of Huel. I eat this because it's just very convenient. I do MMA, bodybuilding, I work a full-time job. I'm very much busy a lot of the time. Having this convenience without having to go to a shop, having to cook something, having that convenience is very important in the modern world, because people work 9-to-5 jobs, people have kids, responsibilities. And having that ability to just literally throw water in a meal, have a complete meal, and having it to replicate exactly what you want is phenomenal. And I completely commend Huel for making it vegan, making it an amazing meal replacement, and I just can't speak highly enough of it. So anyway, you guys, pick up Huel mac and cheese, and I'll see you in that next video where hopefully I do more food reviews.